You stupid.
Yay. Awesome sauce. One thing that I need to do is post this here link on the social medias. And then, Rebecca, we be ready to broadcast.
Cool.
Post this on the social medias. Well, I'm trapped in Iron Freak, nigga. The booty that was rising. You remember that?
You stupid, yeah. Ron, the quiet.
Come on, please. Man, I love that movie.
Yeah.
I freaking love that movie. Freak Nick the Musical? Oh, my nigga. That's right up there. That's the new Bebe's Kids.
Pretty much.
We Bebe's Kids. We don't die. We multiply. Had him on Tone Loc in there.
Shout out to all the babies.
Right.
Knew a lot of babies.
Yeah.
Cannot seem to get my life together.
What's going on with your life, madam?
Trying to sit up.
Hey, would you look at that? My check got approved. Look at that. What are you doing?
What check?
That little pussy 10-cent check that I get. No, I'm sorry. A 90-cent check. It is a 90-cent check that I get from the company, because something with being on the Metro account, you technically get paid like $10.10, and then you get a 90-cent check. I don't quite understand it, but it is what it is.
That's weird.
More excuse.
Like how do you tax a 90-cent check?
Trust me, they could tax a 90-cent check. Believe me. Nigga, I remember I was working for, I think it was Service Master. I was working for Service Master. And they was like, well, you need some new work pants. I was like, okay, are you going to reimburse me for them? Yeah. I was like, all right. So I went, got like 2 pair of like blue dicky pants or something like that. And what had happened was, time to take my receipt, they gave me like a $20 check, and they had taxes taken out of it. That one was like $12. I was like, oh,
crazy.
That's cold-blooded. Y'all, I'm supposed to be buying some pants, and y'all gonna tax me? You gonna tax me, nigga? Oh man, I felt some type of way about that. Doggone computers just acting up. I don't know what is going on. It's just slow. Jesus. Stupid.
You stupid.
Oh. Hell. Yes, now's the time as any. So let us get started with what we came here to do. Shall we? Welcome to the 25th episode of the Socially Conscious St. Louis podcast. I'm David, and right now I am hotter than the devil's nutsack because it's about 126 degrees outside.
That is not that hot.
And I swear to God, as soon as you step outside, like at least in St. Louis, if you step outside for more than 35 seconds, you're going to sweat about 2 gallons of fluid. It's that hot. It ain't even June, July. It ain't August yet. And it's hot. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, enough about me. How you doing today, Rebecca? my wonderful co-host.
I am chilling today. Didn't have to work.
Sure.
So I've been at home. Chilling.
Must be nice. Must be
Didn't
nice.
have to work. Still got paid. Feel good about that.
Got paid that Memorial Day pay, huh, Rebecca?
Pretty much.
Did you know that Memorial Day was actually started by black soldiers? Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah. It was started by black soldiers and it was hijacked by Americans. No, how that
I can see that. Yeah, I just Googled some information about who started Memorial Day, and it does say it's black soldiers, but then they said, then they said
there's a white savior in there.
Birthplace declared in 1966. Congress and President Lyndon Johnson declared Waterloo, New York, the birthplace of Memorial Day.
Ha 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 ha.
But it does say that black folks did start it, but it was originally declared Decoration Day.
Well, the Negroes may have started it, but we officially made it Memorial Day.
It said in 1868, Commander-in-Chief John A. Logan of the Grand Army of the Republic issued what was called General Order Number 11, designated May 30th as Memorial Day.
Man, that's wicked. That's that bullshit that I be talking about. White man gotta hijack everything. Can't even have Memorial Day.
And then when it does say black people did Memorial Day, it lists it as a claim. It's like Memorial Day began in May 1865. Ceremony held by former slaves to honor Union war dead, but they got it listed as a claim. Like as if it's not the truth.
Right, of course. You know how that goes. Ain't no sense of crying over that, at least in my opinion, you know. A lot of people consider me to be an asshole. And because I just kind of have a lack of empathy for a lot of situations, and to be perfectly honest with you, now I am not discounting all of our racial experiences. God knows that I've had a whole lot of. However, when are we gonna do something about it? That's my question. We're gonna do something about it. We know it exists. Well, some of us know it exists. There's a whole lot of racism deniers out there. But what are we going to do about it? That's my question.
The question is, people don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do, or they pretend like they don't know what to do.
It could be a combination of both.
Bitch. Sorry, this offer is for new customers only. Sucks. All right. So, the kneeling face-off between Tim Tebow and Colin Kapernick. Now, back in, I believe it was like 2013, where the Facebook at? I'm getting ready to pull up the Facebook stats. Matter of fact, I saved the picture in my phone so I can locate it. All right, so Tim Tebow, NFL quarterback, kneeled in protest during the national anthem in 2012 and was praised by fans for being a model American. Then was given 3 new NFL contracts in addition to a Major League Baseball contract. Unlike Colin Kaepernick, who clearly stated his protest has nothing to do with the flag or military. Tim Tebow specifically said that he couldn't stand for a flag that allowed for abortion and So, what is the difference between Colin Kaepernick's protest and Tim Tebow's protest? They both took a knee, right? They both took a knee. So what's the problem, Rebecca? Speak on that.
I don't see the difference. In my opinion, I don't see the difference. I think the only difference is possibly one is black and the other one is white. I don't know.
Right.
But I do understand the point of the conversation in regards to like how is it, as it pertains to how is it fair that he can take a knee in support for abortion and women's rights, but if he takes a knee and Tim Tebow saying he can't stand for a flag, and Colin Kaepernick is stating that this isn't about the flag and this isn't about the veterans, and he's specifically stating what the issue is over and over again, and they still pretty much ban him, so to speak, from the NFL because he is banned. Regardless of what they try to say, he is banned.
Well, I think the difference is that one gentleman is white and the other one is black. And then, see, they're different issues. It's cool. It's cool if you want to take a knee for abortion. I'm sure there's quite a few feminists who will stand behind that. Nobody's saying that you can't take a knee for abortion. But taking knees for abortion is different from taking knees for police brutality.
And injustice amongst justice towards black minorities.
And the minority. Let's just say black. Technically, yeah, I guess he was protesting for the minorities too, but last time I checked, there's more of us getting killed than it is of these so-called minorities, who are technically just black folk, but I can't tell them that. That's like you got a lot of Dominicans. You got a lot of Dominicans who black as hell. Like a Marlonette, where she's Dominican-ish. I think her mother's Dominican or something like that. Man, the Dominicans can be black as hell. I'm talking about darker than me and you put together. I am not black. I am Spanish. Nigga, you a nigga if I ever saw one, nigga. I'm not from Africa. I am Spanish. I'm from Spain. Nigga, you ain't from goddamn Spain.
Who said that?
My ancestors came from Spain. That's how them Dominicans be acting. Or Dominicans, so-called Spanish-speaking people of color, basically Spanish-speaking niggas. My ancestors came off the boat. Yeah, your ancestors came off the slave boat, pimping. You ain't nothing but a different stop away from the rest of us, player. I'm sorry to tell you. They don't want to hear that. For real, it'd be a whole lot of Spanish-speaking niggas will swear up and down they not African. Oh, I'm not African. What are you? I'm Spanish. My ancestors came over here on the boat. What boat? I'm sorry. Where at on the boat? I'm just gonna start asking people. I'm like, oh, okay. Where at on the boat did your ancestors come in at? On the bottom or on the top? I just want to know. If your ancestors came in on the bottom of the ship, you ain't Spanish. I'm here to tell you. Let me stop. Yes. Rebecca, I know you heard about the new NFL rule on respecting the flag and the national anthem. I'm pretty sure that you have a whole lot to say about that. So I give you the floor.
I did see the new rule. I actually screenshotted that nonsense just in case they decided that they was going to take it off the internet.
Hmm.
You know how that goes.
Right.
Because you screenshot something and then the next thing you know, they post something, the next thing you know, it's gone. You can't find it no more. I read it kind of like over and over and over again. And I have had discussions with some people about this rule. I'm trying to find it because I know I screenshotted it. Some people did not agree with what I had to say because my standpoint was, why should they be punished for protesting something they believe in? And I've been watching a lot of people been saying, well, companies have the right to choose new rules for kneeling. My bad. Companies have the right to choose how they want to conduct business. People don't understand that just because they have the right to protest, if I think how was it worded? If they decided to protest anyway, and the government punishes them for that, then the Constitution protects the people against the government, and it doesn't protect the people against the company, because the company has their own rules, regulations, and policies in place that if you sign said contract for employment with company, you have to abide by their rules and regulations. And I'm like, it's so crazy how the fine lines of the government is in regards to stuff like this. You would think that if it's a constitutional right, that constitutional right will supersede the policies and practices of said business, especially if it's wrong. You would think that it would. But yeah, I think it's BS. So you're going to tell me, oh, I can protest, but you don't want me to protest to where everybody can see it. So what are you going to do? I said this just kind of opens up a can of worms in a sense. Because what do you do if your whole team, both teams decide nobody's going to go outside while the national anthem and none of that is being played, and then they come out? Then the fans and the NFL owners are going to have a problem with that. It's just too much. And asking footballers, asking the NFL players not to play. Some people say, oh well, they shouldn't play if they have to abide by those rules, which I can kind of agree. But in the same sense, it's almost like an artist. Would you tell Picasso to never paint again? Would you tell somebody else, Stevie Wonder, to never play a piano again? I understand that there are certain morals because I'm that way. If it's something that I love to do and I felt like I was being held in a very statistical manner, or I was being held to do something that I know that is morally unethical and that it's unconstitutional in that sense, I just wouldn't do it no matter how bad it killed me. But everybody don't feel like that.
No, people got options. You don't have to play for the NFL. You can play ball in Europe or Asia somewhere.
True.
There are other options. You don't necessarily have to play for the NFL. I understand that it's the big stage and that's where everybody wants to play at. But you figure, like, yeah, you got some doctors and some coaches and stuff. But, I mean, realistically, other than that, you don't have guaranteed contracts. They don't care if you got CTE or any sort of traumatic brain injury. They don't want you to protest. Well, they don't want you to protest anything concerning white supremacy, which I guess is most places. But at the same time, you don't have to stay in the NFL. I mean, there's other places you can go. There's other things you can do. You can play indoor football. I mean, it might not be as glamorous. you know what I mean? But I'm just saying it's an option. But continue.
I mean, no, I get it. They had a. I was looking at some information on here, and they were saying how the protest is being perceived by the players. Some people are saying, some of the players saying it's unpatriotic. Trump said he thinks the new rule is a good thing.
Of course he does. He's the same guy who called basically Colin Kaepernick, but anybody who kneels for the flag a son of a bitch. So
I saw that interview. I saw that.
Right. So yeah.
But then the owners are saying they agreed. They had agreed with the owners to a 90 million partnership to fight social injustices. So I think that they had believed they had reached an accommodation. Now we're saying that the accommodation isn't such an accommodation, and I think the players are trying to strategize with their union to figure out just what's going to happen. It said the latest move by the league, Bryant says, is seen as a hostile act by the players. There's no question about that.
Hostile, you say?
Says nobody wants to see the flag or the national anthem weaponized. They don't want to see citizenship weaponized, and the veterans that I've spoke with do not want to be used as commercial props. And yet, sports is doing both.
Oh yeah, of course. The Army or the Navy or the Marines, whoever, Air Force, Guard, National, is the biggest supporter. The military is like the biggest supporter of the NFL.
And
nigga, they pay, huh?
He says, what we've seen in sports over the last couple of years now is to paint the players as unpatriotic. Instead of thinking about their reasoning, which is police misconduct, and supporting some of the people who don't have a lot of power in our country, it's being directed toward the flag as if the players don't care about their country when actually they do. End quote.
Oh.
So what were you saying?
I don't know. I forgot. Obviously, it wasn't anything important.
But your boy, Ray, was it Ray Rice? Got on both knees.
Lewis.
Ray Lewis. Sorry about that.
I wasn't kneeling. I was praying to my God.
He didn't even say he was praying. He just said, I was speaking to my God, which I guess is praying, or you could be talking, however you would put it. But he was speaking to his God to find commonality on the situation. Like, come on, homie. You did exactly. It was somebody who called him out, and I can't remember who it was. They said he was going to do it. It was Charlemagne the God. Charlemagne the God said before this happened, he was like, watch what's going to happen. He said Ray Lewis was going to go out there. He was going to get on both knees instead of one and say he was praying.
Yes, he was.
Praying. And that's exactly what happened. A whole 6 months later.
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't kneeling. I was praying. They got down on one knee like, got down. Praying. Nigga just... They had me dying. Man, when that nigga did that shit, the internet went wild with the memes.
I haven't seen any memes.
Man, the first time. So, well, hold up. Did he do it again or?
He did it. It was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When was
you
it?
missed all
it was
memes.
recently.
Yeah, last year sometime. Yeah, you missed all the memes, nigga. Like, you know how he was like praying on two knees. He was kind of bending over like he was praying. Mm-hmm. They had the one meme of Eddie Murphy as Billy Ray Valentine in Trading Places, where he was talking about he ain't had no legs and the police picked him up They had your boy Ray picking him up, talking about.
They petty. That is so jacked up. That is internet ruthless, ain't it?
Can't be no worse what they did about that white woman.
Man. Yo, I wonder if she could even go to work after that. Like, they killed that. They killed her. Okay. The internet savagely killed her. With no hesitation. They still killing that lady.
As they should. She knows she was wrong, but she don't care.
Do you know? I mean, what she did, honestly, I've seen it so many times here that it wasn't even surprising. People were so surprised about how she was acting. And I'm like, I've seen that so many times at so many of these companies. And I've seen people actually do exactly what she did. She would take something of yours and she won't give it back to antagonize you. She wanted somebody to like hit her or punch her in the face or push her down so she could say, oh, it's assault.
Oh, yeah. You know it is.
She wanted, I've seen it so many times. And then when your help comes, you want to cry. And because you're crying and all this other kind of nonsense, the police or managers, whoever, they attack you as if you did something wrong. Which further feeds her need to play the victim. That's how you know you're dealing with somebody who plays the victim so well. I hope she don't have children because I feel sorry for her kids. Can you imagine if she has children, the memes that will come out about her kids?
She too ugly to have children.
Is she married?
To who?
Some guy. You know they ain't black.
You mean some gal who looked like a guy? That was
really?
Me. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Don't look like
I don't know.
Would probably slide in her DMs. You don't look like that.
You never know. It goes down in the DM. Goes down in the DM.
It's going down in her DMs. Right? Like, I bet you niggas blowing her DMs up. Yeah, so what's up with you calling the boy on the cops on them niggas?
I think the best revenge is what they did was when they all came out there to Oakland and they had like this citywide picnic. That was dope. That was dope. People was probably hooking each other up with meat. And they only got a little bit of internet attention, but citywide Oakland, ain't nobody coming together to fight, ain't no funeral, everybody coming together to kick it. Oh yeah, I think it's dope.
Oh yeah, but back to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You can, according to the new rule, you can choose to stay in the locker room and not come out for the national anthem. But if you come out for the national anthem, then the new rule dictates that you must stand and show respect and reverence for the national anthem. And any player, I guess coach, staff member, anybody who chooses to take a knee during the national anthem or any type of protest during the national anthem, I believe that the franchise will be fined, if I'm not mistaken. I believe the team will be fined. And then it's up to the team to decide how they're going to go about punishing this ugly nigga. Niggas still going to be watching it. By niggas, I mean niggas. Black niggas.
Yeah, I can see that.
Still going to be watching it. You ain't stopped watching it when Colin Kaepernick was protesting. You ain't gonna stop
That's
watching.
true. That's true.
Even though the NFL be like, look, you niggas gonna get back in line today. Dare you to do something about it, nigga. All you gotta do is not play. That's all you gotta do. It's just not play. It's amazing, right? It could all be so simple. All y'all guys to do is not play.
And you know, I got families that I have to take care of.
Nigga, if you don't play, not only are the ticket holders going to be mad, like season ticket holders, regular ticket holders, the owners, all your sponsors, everybody lost revenue. Everybody going to be mad. Everybody who got something to do with your team is going to be mad. That's just what it is. You did? So... Again,
the NFL will instantly feel that because that money, people gonna be wanting their refunds, all kind of stuff.
Man, look, I think that's what they should do. Now, what do I know? I ain't got contracts worth millions and millions of dollars. But the reason why Kaepernick doesn't have a job is because you niggas didn't stand behind him, and you didn't stand behind. You ain't gonna stand behind him now. You ain't gonna protest the national anthem. You ain't gonna do none of that because you scared.
I agree.
Scared of what Massa gonna do. You gonna take away your few little resources, and then you're gonna be sad because blew all your money on a bunch of crap that you did not need.
I agree.
Now, Rebecca.
Yes, David.
Apparently, what I'm understanding here, that love has no color. Is it wrong to date outside of your community, outside of your demographic?
I don't think it's necessarily wrong because, again, I agree with Williams. You know, as long as it's organic, okay, cool. But I do think that it's going to pose a challenge. And I've seen challenges. I've seen it happen to people where they'll be together. And if it's a black guy and a white girl, people will get mad. Oh, that white girl dating that nigger, blah, blah, blah. Like, it poses a challenge. And let's not even just say from an outside racial standpoint. I think it's going to pose a challenge, period, because if something happens to his race and not to yours or vice versa, you're not going to be able to understand each other. You can sympathize, you can show empathy, but that's about it. I think it'll pose a challenge. I don't necessarily think it's a problem. I'd say date who you want. Now, some people who don't believe that. Some people believe that black folks need to date black folks. And if you're a white girl, if you're a white boy or a white woman dating a black man, you're a bed wench. And if you're a black guy dating a white girl, you're a coon. And I don't automatically associate it that way.
Right. And how do you normally associate it?
I don't. I mean, I don't know the you know, the ins and outs of why they together, what they together for.
What if he got extra Hellmann's mayonnaise on his sandwich? Does that make him a coon?
No, I eat mayonnaise.
Extra mayonnaise?
Yes, I love mayonnaise. I don't like Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip, mayonnaise, whatever. I don't know the difference.
Miracle Whip is different. It is different. Miracle Whip is disgusting. It tastes like sugar.
Bullshit.
I mean, you can't ask me because a lot of people say I ain't black because I don't like certain stuff. So whatever.
Well, you know you got that Webster's white girl voice when you be on the phone.
Apparently, me talking just like this, I sound white. That's what people say. I don't get it.
Nah, see, your voice may be like, Thank you for calling Rebecca Quarles.
Don't sound nothing like that.
Unavailable.
I sound regular to me. I don't understand it. Whatever. Bum.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm used to it. People in high school call me white girl. It's all the same. Whatever.
Word. But,
I don't know, man. Lately, I've been hearing people been talking about mayonnaise this, mayonnaise that, mayonnaise music.
Mayonnaise.
This YouTuber that I watched called Justin J. He took this parody from what's his face, Rick Ross, and it's saying, instead of saying Maybach music, he goes mayonnaise music, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I guess.
Mayonnaise music?
Word.
Right? Does love have a color?
I don't think so, in my opinion. It don't. I don't know. It don't to me.
It's complicated.
You stupid, man.
See, now, on one hand, you could say that love has no color and you fall in love with whoever it is that you want to fall in love with. And, you know, I got quite a lot of backlash from some individuals when I told black males that when they gonna learn to stop messing with these white girls and black woman. Apparently that triggered some people, and that's okay because I do it so that I can shock and provoke a conversation. The thing about it is, you legitimately fall in love with somebody and you can still hold on to your cultural identity, then I think it's okay. But you must be able to hold on to your cultural identity and I guess love for your people, but I guess that would fall under cultural identity. Now, on the other hand, there are a lot of individuals, predominantly African American, who want to go get that white girl because they view it as a trophy, something that I can attain. I got the white man's woman, and now I have finally gotten a piece of the pie that doesn't exist for black people. When you on the East Ray side of the game and you just want to uplift others over your own community, then I have a problem. I have a problem with people who start dating outside of a demographic and holler about some, well, all lives matter.
Now I have a question.
Yes.
Is the problem really people saying all lives matter? Or is the problem with people who says all lives matter who say we're black?
Hold on. Well, your phone was muffled. I didn't hear you.
I apologize. Hold on.
Hello?
I'm here.
All right. Ask that question again for me, please. Hello?
Really what people say all lives matter when they hear black people say black lives matter.
Right. But see, the thing about it is all lives matter didn't exist before Black Lives Matter. So anybody that talks that all lives matter stuff is either a coon or a racist. All Lives Matter was directly born out of spite for Black Lives Matter. And then there's Blue Lives Matter, Gay Lives Matter, Animals' lives matter. Everything is lives matter to take away from black lives not mattering in a system of white supremacy. So it's one of those things where I'm like, you date who you date, you love who you love, you screw who you screw, do what you do. It's okay. Ain't nobody hating on you, and ain't nobody hurt me. Now, when you be trying to tell people stuff, and they disagree with your opinion, why is it always who hurt you? Why did someone have to hurt me to be so strong about my beliefs on black people not dating other demographics? I have very strong, firm beliefs that the black man and the black woman need to be together so that they could build a black family and thus a black community. When you are dating outside of your demographic, you're really diluting your genes. You're really extending them white people's lives by giving them a shot of that melanin through their kids. You're extending their lineage. They're extending their lives. Again, if it's legitimate love and it comes from the underground and it be bubbling and all that good stuff, I'm cool with it. But you out here with a Confederate flag on, talking about slavery wasn't that bad after you done got a little piece of that white cooch. That's where the problem comes in. That when you white women's treat you so much better than black women's. Oh, okay. How you figure that? Well, I don't have to argue with no white woman. She cooks, she cleans, she sucks my dick. Okay, you can't find a black woman who don't argue, cook, clean, suck dick.
Right.
Well, the ones that I was with was just... Oh, okay. The ones that you messed with was ghetto. Like this one dude, he told me, he was like, one time he went over this girl's apartment and they were supposed to be going out, right? So he gets there ain't no babysitter. And she like, well, I want to go out with you, but I ain't got no money for no babysitter. And you pay? Or I think first she tried to say that she couldn't find a babysitter. Then she asked if he could pay for the babysitter. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, she was a black girl. She was raggedy. She expected me to pay for the babysitter. I was like, and you didn't just leave? Because if it was me, I already made plans for a certain time. If you do not have adequate child care supervision by the time I get to your house on the day that we plan, in the minute to the hour to the second, you do not have adequate child care supervision, then I'm finna bounce. And you damn sure better not ask me to help pay for your babysitter. Can you help pay for my... Bitch, I'm paying for everything else. Fuck, I look like paying for your babysitter. That's your kid.
I've never heard of anybody ever say, oh, I expected you to pay for babysitting.
Man, I hadn't either, but one of them brothers that like white women, love white women, got black kids, but you mess with certain women individuals who were poor acting and just so happened to be of the African American descent, then whose fault really is it? Is it the black women's fault, or is it your fault for dating them? You see, we are who we attract. Thieves attract thieves. Why you think Joker and Harley Quinn are so good together? Because they fucking crazy and they crazy together.
True.
Why you think Batman be smashing all them evil female supervillains? Because something about Batman attracts people like Catwoman and Talia al Ghul, you know, who's the daughter of Ra's al Ghul. The Batman be smashing all type of little crazy, deadly women. So you are who you attract. So it's not the black women's fault. It was his fault for choosing a black woman. You just wanted a white woman because you thought it was easy. And I really wonder if it really is easier. Is it really easier? I just want to know. Is it really easier dating a white girl, or is your perception your reality? Like Zoe say all the time, what the thinker will think, the prover will prove. So if you think that all black women are ghetto, then that's your perception, that's your reality. If you think that white women treat you better than black women, then that's your reality based off of your perception. And it might not even be true. It might be a falsity. It might be a falsehood. But because in your mind, you like, oh, the white women's way better than the black women's. Maybe that's his reality. Maybe that's what he attracts, I guess. I don't know. But I'm not going to become the next Emmett Till. I ain't going to do it. I'll stand on that. I don't want to be the next Emmett Till. Matter of fact, it was a black dude the other day. Got pulled over by the police because of a, quote, broken taillight. And by broken taillight, it really means riding in the car with a white woman. His girlfriend was white, and not the cash me outside white. She's the, oh my God, I'm so white. So he got him a white girl. Cop done pulled this dude over. Oh, you got a broken tail light. Dude's like, okay, well, you need to step out of the car. Out of the car for what? I thought I just had a broken tail light. You need to step out of the car. Why are you resisting, sir? Why don't you just write me a ticket? You need to step out of the car right now. Step out of the car. Because he had a white girl. White girl's like, oh my God, what did he do? Why are you harassing him? You know, we in a Nazi system. We back in Jim Crow.
Oh, yeah, I hadn't heard nothing about that.
I ain't going to say we going back to Jim Crow. We back in Jim Crow, nigga. Many lynchings and shit as it is out here, nigga. White women can lie. They lying on Morgan Freeman, maybe. I don't know.
I heard about that story.
Now, I heard that Morgan Freeman was doing a little bit of soft showing, and this is recompense for his soft showing. I don't know. But Morgan Freeman is the last person I'd expect to have a sexual assault by somebody. Bill Cosby, I understand, but Morgan Freeman, for real?
That one I could say I never saw coming.
Come on, man, it's Morgan Freeman. Who the hell are you raping out here? You think Morgan Freeman out here raping these hoes back?
No. I think it's some nonsense. That's what I think it is. I'm going to see if there's an update on it. But yeah, the last thing I heard was a few days ago.
Yeah,
he was like he hasn't done anything to anyone.
Looked at me a certain way in the interview, and I'm like, huh? What you mean? He looked at you a certain way in the interview. Oh, okay. I'm white, not say so? Yes.
Okay, so this is what Morgan Freeman has to say. He says, anyone who knows me, this is on Variety.com, anyone who knows me or has worked with me knows I am not someone who would intentionally offend or knowingly make anyone feel uneasy. I apologize to anyone who felt uncomfortable or disrespected. That was never my intent. In total, now Morgan Freeman is like 80. said that two women alleged Freeman 80 touched them inappropriately. One of them, a production assistant, said the actor repeatedly tried to lift her skirt. In total, 16 people spoke to CNN about Freeman. 8 of them claimed to be subjects of either sexual harassment or inappropriate behavior, and the other 8 said they witnessed Freeman's alleged misconduct. The months-long investigation was sparked by comments made by Freeman to one of the CNN journalists who co-wrote the report over a year ago. During a press junket for Going in Style, CNN entertainment reporter Chloe Melas, M-E-L-A-S, sorry if I didn't say it right, said Freeman shook her hand, not letting go, while he looked her up and down and said, "You are right." It was after this experience that Chloe began inquiring whether other women had experienced similar treatment. CNN also spoke to other entertainment reporters who said Freeman has similarly made suggestive remarks during interviews and promoting his films. The women who shared about their experiences with Freeman have worked with the Oscar-winning actor on movie sets and at his production company, Revelation Entertainment. Over time, the women said they dressed conservatively when they knew Freeman would be around in hopes it would prevent inappropriate comments about their bodies or outfits. The women told CNN that they didn't report him out of fear for their jobs and taking on a powerful and towering figure in Hollywood. Lastly, Freeman co-founded Revelation Entertainment with Lori McCreary in '96. The company's credits include Invictus, yada, yada, yada. One female former employee said she met Freeman for the first time on set of Through the Wormhole. The actor looked her up and down before asking, "How do you feel about sexual harassment?" The accusations against Freeman are the latest to be levied against powerful men in entertainment. Throughout the film and television world, activists have seized on the moment, forming commissions and task forces to develop policies and guidelines to help curb sexual harassment in the workplace.
Bullshit.
So apparently this has been going on for the last year.
But yet Harvey Weinstein still hasn't been charged. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Actually, he was. He turned himself in a few days ago. And he bailed himself out an hour later.
Which means he hasn't been charged.
They charged him. He just ain't been to court.
Which means he ain't been convicted then.
Yeah. He been charged. He just ain't been convicted. But he bailed himself out like an hour later.
Of course he did.
Well, at least this one girl was right. This Hispanic girl who was harassed by him says money. Harassed by Harvey Weinstein says money buys VIP treatment in the justice system.
Mm-hmm. Money or whiteness?
Probably both.
No, ain't no both.
He was released on a $1 million bail over rape and abuse charges.
Whiteness. Gets away with it because he's white. It ain't about how much money he got. Dylan Roof punk ass ain't had no motherfucking money. And the face shooter ain't had no money. Not like that.
People been looking for Harvey Weinstein mugshot and they can't find it.
You not gonna find it.
That's what this report for Yahoo says. Say he could face up 25 years in prison. He ain't going to jail.
No, he ain't going to jail. He ain't going.
They trying to say the NYPD does not release the mugshot of anyone arrested in New York City. Since when?
He was a nigga. If he was a nigga, his mugshot would be plastered all over the news. Yeah.
You stupid.
If he was black, he'd catch a serious beatdown from the NYPD. On the more white bullshitness side of the game, Should Father's Day be banned because it's disrespectful to single mothers and same-sex couples?
No, and the heifer who I can't even remember her name, but the heifer who said it on Twitter need to be smacked. Ain't nobody got time for that. I agree with Kevin on stage. He was like, if Father's Day has to be banned, he was like, what about Grandparents' Day? Grandparents Day should be around because it offends mothers and fathers. He was like, what about George? He said, what about President's Day? He was like, President's Day should be around because what about our ancestors? What about George Washington Day and Lincoln Day? What about Barack Obama Day? You know, like, it just opens up a can of worms for stupidity.
What about Barack Obama Day?
And I hate that we live in a country that women, and I'm sure a lot of feminists gonna disagree, but whatever, that women are more praised than men. I hate that we live in a time where women are more praised than men, in the sense that it's a lot of fathers out here who handle their business. Father's Day is legit. This is how I feel about holidays. Father's Day and a man's birthday is the only day that men really get statistically. Because Christmas, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, anniversaries, all that time and attention is literally focused on the woman. Even a wedding, all that time and attention is literally focused on women and children. It's almost like, how can men feel powerful in a society that consistently praises women, but we forget about our men?
Right.
If that made any sense at all.
Oh no, it makes sense.
Men are like, it's almost like when it comes to anniversaries and birthdays and Father's Day and stuff like that, it's almost like, well, we women look for men to plan everything, do this, do that. And it's almost like we forget our men. They cannot feel powerful in an atmosphere where we don't set the foundation for them to feel powerful. Even from a standpoint of women and being in a home with a man, it's almost like men are expected to just go to work and come home. And men even teach their children, you better respect your mama because your mama cook, your mama this, your mama that. And it's almost like, what about him? Well, you doing what you supposed to do. You supposed to go to work. You supposed to pay bills. But then when that same line is used towards women, women get offended. So I digress. Hell no, we should not be banning Father's Day. It's stupid.
Hell to the no.
Feminists always got something to complain about. Everything in this world is almost catered towards women in a sense. Almost.
Yeah.
Almost. I'm not going to say every single thing, but I'm going to say almost. You got to be careful because what about the women? If this country was going down, the first thing people going to say is, get the women and children out of here.
Right.
Just my opinion. Basic opinion.
Yes. Let me see. Should we ban Father's Day? Absolutely not. We can ban Father's Day, but let's ban every day. Let's just not have any more holidays. But why would you ban Father's Day? Like, come on now.
That's the only day y'all get. For real?
That's the most stupid, bullshit, feminist,
just
dumb logic. We don't need men. We can artificially inseminate and all of that good, you know. No. Let's not be stupid here. Why the hell should Father's Day? And first of all, how does Father's Day offend you? I'm just wanting to know. How does Father's Day offend single mothers and same-sex couples?
I would love for somebody to answer that because I have no idea.
Same-sex couples have a whole weekend to themselves.
They do?
It's called Pride Weekend. women have Mother's Day and Sister's Day and Womanhood Day and all type of days. But it goes back to this whole feminist, like we don't need men. Men are the scourge of the earth. And we're like, girl, stop. Stop. Rebecca? That's all I got to
Here
say.
it is. It says, should Father's Day be banned because it's disrespectful to single mothers and same-sex couples? This woman is this woman is what I call the classic case of doesn't know what feminism really is. And this is from a website called Quora.com, Quora. They wrote a whole article about it, in a sense. I ain't reading all that, but it just simply states we also have Mother's Day, which by her logic should be offending the same sex partners and single fathers left and right, as Artie Dwezidi points out in her answer. I'm sure I didn't say that right either. It says Father's Day isn't so offensive to anybody, neither is it the result of patriarchy, which also makes me wonder if this woman knows what patriarchy is. Then there's Valentine's Day, which should, then she goes, then there's Valentine's Day, which should be offensive to single people. Hell, according to Google, my birthday falls on my bucket has a hole in it day. No kidding. now I know. Should I now get offended because my bucket doesn't have a hole in it? Anything will offend you if you're looking to be offended. Seriously, people, we've better issues to tackle. Banning Father's Day because some people have a skewed idea of what feminism is, and for that matter, what hashtag yes all women is about is not one of them. Okay. But yeah, some chick named Artie Dwivity, she just says, she's a PhD student at MIT. She has a lot of people killing her about this situation.
She's a dominist. So why are we trying to ban Father's Day again? And how is it offensive to you? Just trying to get a clear understanding here, Rebecca, of what it is we're talking about. How does Father's Day offend women in same-sex couples? Because the same women who be complaining about Father's Day is the same single women who be talking about shout out to all the single mothers and the fathers on Father's Day, aka single mothers. Shout out to all the single mothers on Father's Day because you had to do it by yourself. No. It's sad. It really is.
It is.
It's dumb. Everything offends everybody nowadays. They're offended. Jesus Christ. I don't like it. I'm offended. Really
everything. You can't breathe without somebody getting offended. I had this teacher tell me she was in class and she got upset because I called her out. And I told her, I said, we know more about your personal life than we do the subject at hand. We pay way too much money to sit in this class and not know anything at all. Period. We don't know nothing. We don't know anything. And I said, but I know every single thing about you, your children, your husband, his parents, your friends, how many shots you have in your Starbucks coffee before you come to work, the fact that you work 2 jobs and the distances and all this other personal information. And I know nothing about anything that has anything to do with this subject that we are paying you to learn. You have not taught us anything. And the whole class agreed. She goes, oh, I feel threatened. I'm very offended by what you have to say, and you're making me feel threatened. I said, pump your brakes, relax. Trust me, if I was threatening you, you would know what it was. I wouldn't say a word.
Rebecca
I said, but the fact that I'm calling you out about what it is, now you want to feel threatened? Oh, I feel threatened. You're making me really nervous. Again, relax. Just keep teaching or whatever you want to call it. Are you sure we don't need to talk about nothing? Just stop talking to me and teach. Actually do what we're paying you to do. That'll be perfect.
Hell no. Do what
and
it is.
All because somebody told you or told you the truth about what you're not doing, all of a sudden you're threatened and offended. I feel like that's like the new norm for when people get backed into a corner about some nonsense. I feel really threatened. I feel you're speaking to me really aggressively.
You're offending me right now. You're offending me.
Bro, like
everything offends me. I'm Donald Trump. Speaking the sport boy, Donald Trump.
You stupid.
Your boy did something that President Obama never did. He pardoned Jack Johnson. Heavyweight champ Jack Johnson, may his soul rest in peace. Trying to find the article. Guess I didn't post it to my Facebook, but basically, how many years later? 78 years later. You want to pardon Jack Johnson? Actually, yeah. You want to pardon Jack Johnson for what? And if anybody don't know about heavyweight champion Johnson, he is the inventor of the pipe wrench, aka the monkey wrench, and a bunch of other inventions. Dude was like very smart. He was a very good boxer. White people hated him because he would be whooping up on all the white boys. There's a documentary on him, like 2-3 hour documentary. Dude's cold. They would be whooping up on all the white boys. But he had an affinity for white women. And that's what they got him at. They wrote some BS trafficking something across state lines, trafficking humans across state lines. Some bullshit ass charge. Because Jack Johnson had an affinity for them white gills. But he was about that life. Donald Trump pardoned him this past week. Does that make it okay for Donald Trump to be like, does it make him okay? No. What is the purpose of pardoning a dead man? Why? What is the purpose? It's like pardoning Marcus Garvey. I know his family is trying to push for his pardon from the United States, but I'm like, why does it even matter? I just think it's dumb. I think it's really stupid. You pardon a dead man. Good for you, Donald. Good for you. Doesn't make you less racist, Rebecca.
No. You can still get information from your enemy and them still be your enemy.
Right.
I said the same thing too because Regis and I was talking about it a few days ago when it happened. And Regis like always, I think it's a really good thing. Yada yada yada. And I asked the question too. I'm like, okay, so what's the point in pardoning someone who's not alive to see it, so to speak? And I guess it does kind of bring the family peace in a sense.
Does it?
For a lot of people, all they say after you die, all you have left is your name. So it brings the family peace. It may not bring peace to that person. Of course, they're not here to.
This is the same guy who just got finished saying that our ancestors tamed the continent and we're not going to apologize for America.
Yeah, I saw that too. So do you think he did this for like a show, so to speak?
Of course he did. It's all a show. It's all a dog and pony. It's just like with Bill Cosby getting charged, and then R. Kelly, they trying to get R. Kelly. Now they trying to get Morgan Freeman. All the while, you ain't heard nothing about them other white rapists who've been out there. So, it means nothing to me. Sorry for being such an a-hole, but that's kind of what it is. It really means absolutely nothing to me. Because, again, I don't know who's going to get excited, but it ain't going to be me.
I just didn't understand it. I mean, a part of me, like I told this one girl, I was like, I kind of feel like it's a little too late for all that. To be cleared, I'm like, yeah, but it means nothing in a sense. I mean, maybe that may mean something to his family, but to the person itself, it means nothing if they ain't even here to witness it. Like,
you know it.
Like, I get it, but in the same sense, I'm like, yeah, does it really mean anything? Like, really?
Now, in other news, there are these new iPhone cases, or maybe not necessarily iPhone cases. There's a new phone case. It looks this. If you can see that, y'all. I know there's sort of a glare on my screen.
That's dangerous.
Now, for white people, it's cool. I think it's dangerous, period, but I guess it's cool for white people to just have, look like a gun in your back pocket while you talking on the phone. That's deadly for black people. I don't even know why anybody would want to get a phone case that resembles a gun. Why? I mean, at least me, and I'm not anti-gun, I'm very pro-gun, but I just, in my mind, I mean, maybe, I don't know, but in my mind, I would never get a phone case that looked like a pistol. I don't know. Maybe it's the black in me. I don't know. Rebecca, what do you think about that?
I just think it's that. I think it's dangerous. I think it's stupid. You just asking for somebody to get killed. That's my opinion on it. I think it's definitely like I think that's dangerous to have, and I don't even know why you would want to do it.
I mean, the white girl looked pretty content though.
She can get away with that.
Of course she can. Of course she can.
We cannot We cannot afford to do that under no circumstance.
Yeah. All right. So let me see. There was an article that I had found. The brother Wynton Marsalis saying rap music is worse than Confederate statues.
I saw that earlier today.
Yes. Rap is more damaging than Confederate statues. This is according to the whites-owned Ebony. Trumpet player Wynton Marsalis. Trumpeter Wynton Marsalis didn't hold back during a new interview in which he discussed the impact rap has had on the black community. He believes hip-hop is more damaging to African Americans than statues of the Confederate leaders who fought to preserve slavery. Yes. My words are not that powerful. This is what Wynton Marsalis, let me see. Yeah. When Marsalis, he says he's never been fond of the vulgarity some rappers spew. He says, my words are not that powerful. I started saying in 1985, I don't think we should have music talking about niggers and bitches and hoes. It had no impact. I've said it, I've repeated it, I still repeat it. To me, that's more damaging than a statue of Robert E. Lee.
Mm.
Marcellus assisted New Orleans Mayor Mitch Landrieu in removing a statue of the Confederate Army commander, but still believes hip hop has more of a negative impact on black folks. I feel that that's much more of a racial issue than Robert E. Lee's statue. There's more niggers in that than there is in Robert Lee's statue. He went on to say, it's just like the toll and the minstrel show took on black folks and white folks. Now, all this nigger this, bitch that, ho that, that is a fact of the point. When asked about Kanye West's latest claims about politics and race, he dismissed the rapper, saying, I would not give seriousness to what he said in that way, okay? This guy is making products. It's not like Martin Luther King said it. A person who knows or is conscious of a certain thing, he's entitled to whatever it is he wants to say, but the quality of his thought and his products, the quality is in the thought of the products that he makes. And so, is hip hop more damaging to the black community than Confederate statues?
Oh my gosh. I don't think so. I tried to understand where he was coming from, but no. That has a whole the music we make is partly because of that statue. Like, are you kidding me? People may think that my thought about it is ignorant, and I don't care. But I'm just saying it's in part because of that statue. Like, we wouldn't even be having this conversation if racism and prejudices never happened. That statue wouldn't even exist. That's my opinion on it. If you're going to address the issue, address all of it. Don't just address the part that you feel affects your culture. Address everything.
Put some context in it. Hip hop was born out of all of the desperation and stuff that we had going on during the 70s and the 80s. That's what hip hop was born out of. And hip hop is just more than rap. Hip hop is the entire culture. Rap is just one aspect of hip hop. So you can't say hip hop is the problem because, I mean, come on now. Who's controlling hip hop? And then let's not act like y'all didn't have songs like Superfly and Cross 110th Street and all that. You know, let's not act like y'all ain't have some ratchet songs back in them days. I guess he's a trumpet player, so I mean, jazz doesn't really have necessarily any ratchetness in it. But context. It sounds like he's an old man who never understood hip hop from Jump Street. He come from a different era, and he sees that, oh, well, niggas and bitches and hoes, that's all that's going on. But you have to look at the progression of hip hop and where it was versus where it is now. It's controlled by these elitist white corporations who hire or sign all of the good Negroes who make all of the bad music. You got what? A couple of conscious rappers, Crit, J. Cole, Kendrick, a handful. I'm sure it's more than that, but just a handful. Just a handful. Wasn't like back in the day when you had like Tribe and De La Soul, you had X-Clan, and you had Brand Nubian, you had Arrested Development, but you also had your Dub C, your NWA, you also had your Snoop Dogg. You also had balance. Why is there no longer balance? There's no longer balance in hip hop force. It is now the dark side of the hip hop force due to the white man's involvement in hip hop. So there. Is rap hip hop more damaging than Confederate statues? No. I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't. I don't. Not at all. Because you looking at your statue, you like, oh, there's the oppressor. Just all up there in the middle of the city, just, you know, shining bright and just looking all good. I think the Confederate statue of how far we've gotten, which is, let me see. Nowhere. It's absolutely nowhere. We have anywhere. Even Dr. Claude Anderson says that we have not gained any, like not one iota of any piece of wealth since we came out of slavery. So we really haven't gone anywhere. In fact, we're going backwards. So the Confederate statue was way more damaging than it is. I see he had help in taking that statue down, but you ain't helping to, I don't know, take some of these young rappers under your wing, talk to them, mentor them. Even Quincy Jones do that. Quincy Jones mentors rappers like T.I. I think he mentored like Ludacris. So how come you can't be a mentor and reach out to these people instead of basically downing the fact that, you know, you basically don't understand this genre from Jump Street? That's what I kind of feel about it. Feel like he ain't never liked no hip hop. And so, yeah, but I'm like, my thing is, if rap is so damaging, if it's so terrible, why are white people trying to gentrify the rap game?
That's a good question.
If rap is so bad, why are white people clamoring to gentrify hip hop? I'm just asking, Rebecca, do you have an answer for that?
Let's say it one more time for the American people.
Let me see. How should I forgot what I was saying, nigga. I know the
gentrifying,
premise.
if gentrifying white people were gentrifying.
Right. If hip hop rap was so terrible, why are white people trying to gentrify it, Rebecca? Do you know? Can you tell me why? Rebecca, why do black people smoke so much weed? Can you tell me why?
They have to be able to deal with their oppressors every Monday morning. No, I'm just playing. I do not partake on the ganja
anymore.
Do it? I did. I was an off and owner. Like, and I've never paid for my own weed. I've never paid for my own.
Nigga, I have been smoking since the first week in Job Corps.
I don't think I smoked anything since I was about 23, 22, 23. Yeah, 23. Yeah. About a little bit over 10 years. So yeah, man. And I see it. And the only reason why I did, because the guy that I was dating at the time, he smoked, and he didn't like smoking by himself. I don't know what's up with people who used to smoke weed back then. Like, they did not like smoking weed by themselves.
I love smoking weed by myself. Man, I mean, I like sharing weed too. Don't get me wrong. I love sharing weed. It's the gift that keeps giving. But at the same time, like, anytime the homies come around, I gotta roll an L. And an L take up a whole sack. I can smoke the glassware, and that sack will last me at least majority of the day. Can't say all the day, but at least the majority of it. So yes.
But
Why are white people trying to gentrify hip hop, Becky?
the selfish part of me wants to say this because niggas can't never have none on their own. But you know what? I honestly can say I don't know. I really think that they think that it's cool and they really like it. Um, and that niggas can't never have nothing to accept. It's so complex. Like I don't have like one thought about it, but I
Well,
honestly
give us your
don't know.
multiple thoughts. Give us your thoughts, Rebecca. We're
I
listening.
think I think that I mean honestly I really believe they think that it's cool. Part of me feels like black folks just can't have nothing for themselves. A
Mm.
part of me is just like, oh well, we're going to take this and make it our own because that's what they're used to doing, historically and ancestrally, if that's a word. That's what they've been doing, taking other
Mm.
stuff and making it their own. Not to say white people don't invent anything, but the majority of everything that we need, use, and produce in our everyday lives, you did not invent, but you took it and making your own because you said, okay, nigger, we'll patent you, but we get to claim it as our own. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's a complex question to answer. If
Mm-hmm.
that makes
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's a white man
sense.
who is suing the state of Alabama for over a document that his grandfather or great great granddaddy or some one of his granddaddies owned, stating that since slaves were his grandpappy's property, he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't necessarily think that anybody should be slaves, but
Mm-hmm.
he wants that financial compensation.
Mm.
Right.
For 1858 or 1856 document.
The 1865 document
Mm.
allows this white man own slaves. And I don't feel like reading it, but some bullshit. But yeah, basically the man got a document, 100-some-year-old document from one of his grandpappies that said he had these slaves, and he wants the financial benefits of the great great grandpappy slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta give it to you, it's kind of smart. Document was real. How is he
I
going to
mean, yeah.
proceed in court? I don't know. I can't say. I don't know.
But that's crazy. Like, at first, when I first saw this, I was like, how could he say that? What?
You my Beyonce, aren't you?
um, you need help, bro.
No.
Throw them balls. Throw them balls.
Y'all young people don't know about that. It's old people stuff. Anyways, nigga,
When I first when I first saw that article, I was just like, okay, slavery doesn't exist. But then I was like, hold up, there is modern day slavery. So who could he win off of
Well,
that? Could he win based off that argument? I would love to see that go to trial just to see how it would turn out. In a
that's a
sense,
good
I mean, of course,
question.
I don't want the end result to be like, nigga, you can own slaves, but I would love to see that go to trial.
Well, he don't necessarily want to own slaves. He want that money
Mm-hmm.
from the slave. Well, I ain't necessarily saying that I should own slaves, but since my great 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 grandpappy from 1865 had the document, I should be able to reap the benefits of these raggedy niggas. So I think that
He
these
can't
niggas
win
should
that.
be
He
free
ain't gonna
free.
win it. And I just thought about it. He not gonna win it just based on the fact because if he wins something like that, black people is gonna start saying, "Hey, they're gonna start suing these states for reparations." And all I'm saying is, it was this document. I don't think we have it anymore that this lawyer gave us some years ago that showed basically every ethnicity who has been, I mean, even Asians who were given reparations except for black people. So, I mean, I'm just saying, they could open up a can of worms.
Right. I don't think nothing's going to happen. I really don't.
I don't.
I give you credit for trying, but that's about it. So, how's your week been, Rebecca?
My week has been, I actually had a good week last week, except for this ignorant tramp at my new job.
Oh, that trainer.
Your ignorant tramp.
Your new job that is getting ready to be your old job. Because you're going back to your old job, which is now your new job.
That is correct. But a different department. I have to stress that. I actually liked my old job. I just didn't like the department that I moved to. And I was like, yeah, let me get out of here. I can't do this. So I went and applied for a new place of business, put in my 2-week notice. That old department tried to play me in regards to my PTO and all that. And now that my old job has a position open in the old department, I applied for that. They answered me fairly quickly. It typically, the first time I ever worked there, it took them at least a month and a half for me to get that job. But this particular time, it went by rather quickly. And I had the job within a week. Had both my interviews and had the job within a week. Yeah. So, now you have to give me back my PTO.
Well.
And my muchos dineros that the old department tried to take.
Well.
So it all worked out.
Well.
So my last day, I'm debating if I'm going to make my last day at this job, if I'm going to make it Thursday or if I'm going to make my last day Friday. I almost have an inkling to just not go back at all, to be honest with you.
Well.
I mean, that's honestly how I feel. I almost have an inkling, like, I'm not going to go back, but I'm not going to do that.
No, you should at least finish out the week or whatever it is that you decide. And get your little money from them, and you know.
Yeah, that was my mindset. Like, man, I'm just gonna go for the week. It's only 4 more days. Get that Friday check.
Rebecca.
Get the little $700.
End up
for the week.
Get into a Royal Rumble match.
Whoa.
This past week. Well, Rebecca was out there like, what's that nigga name? What's his name? Dolph Ziggler? Ain't that the dude from Rocky? If he dies, he dies.
Unfortunately, I can't mention the name of said person. But, man, hey, she had to
we don't need to mention her, but just to give y'all a visualization, we're going to name this said person Gloria. And if you know anything about the Gail Hippo Gloria from Madagascar, that's what this chick, who we shall call Gloria, resembles.
Man, she had it coming. I don't want to go too much into detail.
No, I ain't got to go into detail. You know.
Homegirl had it coming, man. And I can honestly say, I don't think I've fought nobody in quite some time. And I never thought that I would be 34 years old, like punching somebody in the face. But, hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Like, oh, this nigga done messed up my shit.
No, I just couldn't believe she was here. I had been saying for years that I was going to get this chick. I had been saying for years that I was going to get this chick. And you just so happen to be in the same state as me. What are the odds of that?
In the same parking lot, the same day, at the same time.
What are the odds of that? And he was just passing through. Oh, okay, let me help you out.
Boy, Becca went hard. Let me tell you something, brother. You stole from me, brother.
Right. Man, look, she schemed and plotted and schemed. And in every way she could get money out of us, she did it. And this is what makes me upset with, and it doesn't surprise me, but it makes me upset with the system that we have in place now. Like, we have a system where if we owe the IRS, they will hurry up and try to verify some stuff to get some money from you. But then when it comes to like child care and all that kind of stuff, it's almost like you don't verify anything. You take what these people say at face value, and then you get money from somebody whom you should not be getting money to. And I'm like, yeah, I need you to cut me that money. You owe me some money. Hey, we ain't just talking about little $200-300. We talking about thousands of
You
dollars.
pay what you owe.
Hey, one way or the other, and they bust her right back to Texas.
See, I think that you was holding that in from that her and old boy came to church.
Yo,
All fancy clothes. Rebecca like, bitch.
and I will. Matter of fact, both of us was at church that one day, wasn't we?
Yes.
That was some years ago. We just kind of looked at each other like, is this happening? Like, they came to church in front of everybody and nobody said nothing. And we just kind of looked at each other like, yeah, okay. Okay.
All right.
They came dressed up as a family. Like,
as a family.
The same outfit that you wore to our junior prom. That's what you went to church in.
Wow.
That's what I was like, yeah, okay.
Nigga, you still got an outfit from the junior prom?
Yeah, he said about the outfit. Shoes and everything.
I couldn't even fit what I would necessarily have on at the junior prom if I actually was in school for it. But I've lost weight since then, and I've grown a little taller. So I guess it must be nice. You know, you stay the same size since junior high. You just wear all your throwback clothes. Percy probably still got tall tees from 2005 in his closet.
I hope not. God, I hope not.
Like, nigga, what did you wear? What's wrong with this? What you mean?
I hope not.
You got that
oh my, nah.
They got that flip phone.
He had that black Sprint katana.
Yeah, baby. Hey,
Let me see if I can find out what that phone is.
Let me get your number real quick. Put your number in my phone. Bloop.
Let me see if I can find a picture of that phone. Man, he had animated this loud clicking sound.
Oh yeah.
Every time you open it,
it snapped when you cut up them mustard. Crack. You got that real crisp sound. They gonna know you flipped that mug. Yeah,
yo, like, there it is. I knew I was gonna find it. Come on with it. I'm trying to get this picture to blow up. Oh my gosh. There it is. And they had it in 4 different colors. Here it is. Hold on. Can you see that?
And they got that Motorola Razor.
There it is. That's the phone he had.
That's the Motorola Razor.
It's the Sanyo Katana. It was the Sanyo Katana 2. It was a thin cell flip phone.
Same.
And it came in different colors.
Wow.
I didn't even know that. Yo, then he went from this phone. Oh, here it is. Here it is. My bad. Wrong phone. This was the first one he had.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. He loved that phone.
Yo, like.
It's got that.
He used to pop it open with his wrist, and then he used to be like, cat, hello. What's going on? Yo.
Nigga be like, yeah, what's up? What's up? How you doing?
Yo. I can still hear the clicking sound, bro.
Yeah, hey. You remember when we was at Round the House and I had that flip phone, and I kept flipping it and closing and shut and flipping it. And then that last time, that mug just flipped right onto the floor. That mug. I was like, oh, the phone
That
broke.
joint just broke.
The whole top of the screen just fell on the floor. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh my gosh, yo, he had that phone for 8 years.
Man,
Yo, he had that phone
and
for
was
like eight
bad when he had
years.
to upgrade, bro. Nigga, do you know that man walked on the moon, and we got phones that don't flip now? This nigga, oh, he had to have that flip phone.
How
My
about
phone
when
broke.
he
I went,
did get an upgrade? It was work. Like he might as well just kept that flip phone. You want to see what his upgrade was?
should have got that Nextel joint. Remember them Nextel chirp phones? He should have got one of them.
This was his upgrade. It wasn't an iPhone, but it was super small like this one. It was a small slide phone, just like this one.
So he went from a flip phone to a slide. Okay, cool.
That phone was like that big, and you know what? We had to hide that phone in order for him to upgrade to that. And then when we moved and he found the phone again, he got it reactivated.
Oh, Lord.
And then this was before unlimited minutes, is like unlimited internet. This was before unlimited internet. So like what he would do is he would use his phone, but then he would be all night on my phone on YouTube because I had an Android phone. I'm like, yo, you need to just get you another phone.
Right.
Yeah, so that was that. Like,
That.
and then he told me something. I missed that phone, man. Why? You can't do anything with that phone.
Nigga, them phones that you used to be texting on, you'd be like 2 2 2 2 4
Yes.
8 8 8.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, delete 8 8 5. Come on.
I will say this: the
Yeah.
phone that I actually do miss.
What time is we meet up? Nigga, you don't even want to type it. Nigga, you just be like, yeah, what time we meeting up? Mm-hmm.
Hey, don't be hating on the phone. The phone I actually miss is I miss BlackBerry phones. I
Word.
love BlackBerry phones.
Blackberries.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
BlackBerry
saying?
got some new phones. They got some touchscreen ones. They got this one that I want, but I will not purchase it because I'm not paying $500 for that phone. But yeah, it's touchscreen, and it still has the keyboard at the bottom.
Man, look. My week has been cool for the most part.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, messaging me on the book. Yeah, it was cool for the most part. Same.
Mhm.
I did not have to work over any day of this week. It's cool.
Sweet.
Had a 4-day weekend. So that was
Mhm.
straight. Text out gear real quick.
It goes down in the deal. It goes down in the deal. Goes down in the deal. Sorry for his
Yeah.
brief intermission. He texted his new business his name.
Man, she asked me how the podcast went. So
Like we still on it.
I was like, oh, that's cool. We wrapping up, you know.
That's what's up. You say you had a cool week.
Yeah, it was alright. It was alright. It was a struggle,
Mhm.
though, nigga. Nigga had to struggle to make it to payday.
Mm.
But yeah, it made some money this week. I went out Monday. I think we ended up mowing all day Monday, and then went did some more little stuff. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I worked. One of those
Mhm.
days I went out. I think it was Tuesday was it Wednesday? One of those days I went out and mowed a couple lawns, mowed 3 yards before the holiday. Got them taken care of. Hit one Friday. It's like a hill. In fact, let me see. This is Dude Hill. It's like a little side hill. And let's see. Oh, okay, here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Like that.
It looks rough.
That's up.
Woo.
So it's that's the back. So it's like that.
Y'all did a good job.
Yeah, all I did, look, I literally just, the first time I tried to do it, try to stick a mower on it, and it's too steep. And it pissed me off. So I ended up like area trimming the rest up the last time. And then I was like, you know what, the next time I'm just gonna area trim the whole hill. So that's what I did. Area trim the whole hill down and then blew it off. Because it's really so steep you can't stick a mower on it.
It looked like it.
Yeah, it's pretty steep. Now, today, well, let me see. Saturday, went seen the family. Today, I had this yard that I wish I had some help on. But, let's see. That's, don't look that bad right there. That's the other one. So, like that.
I know. Oh, that's over there by your people's house, yeah.
That's in the county. That's the backyard. I don't know if y'all can see that joint. Backyard snooked up. Let me see. Yeah, backyard was tall. So, let me see. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Hold up. Then there was that. I don't know what happened, but you can see all that water, like right there. Like their whole like bowl portion of their backyard was flooded. But I ended up doing the damn thing. Bam.
That's what's up.
That's what it ended up looking like afterwards. That. Am I going the right way? No, I'm going the wrong way. All right. That's what it looked like when it was finished. That. All of that shiznits. Going the wrong way. And that's what the front looked like.
That's what's up.
Man, that mom was a monster. Oh my God, that mom.
It looked like it.
And like I said, the whole board portion was wet, like sopping wet, like standing water. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they left the hose running or they got a leak or something. But it was not like that the last time. I came out 3 weeks ago. It was bone dry. Now it's wet as that deal. So I had to cut what I could cut, then I had to area trim the rest all in the little water portions and stuff like that. I had to cut it at like a 4, then I had to come back and cut it at like a 3. That was rough. I wish I had asked for help, but that was my fault. I could have got my homeboy, me and him could have got out there with his little walk behind mower. And shit, we good damn thing to the yard. But it's cool. I knocked it out. But after that, it just kicked my behind. My behind. So,
and that's the one you said you wish you had help on?
Yeah, that was today. That yard kicked my behind. I had to take like a couple of breaks. I ended up mowing the back the first time. I took a break. Mowed it again. Some other stuff. Put in that work. More lawns puts in that work. We really do.
Yeah, you look like y'all been doing a really good job around the city.
Thank you. That's one of our county yards.
You do Mama's Grass Friday.
Oh yeah, I got that. You give me that 250.
I wouldn't even blame you. That's a big yard.
Shit, it ain't worth $250.
And that side lot is a beast. I would, man, look, I would not cut that side lot. I would not do it.
Especially if you have like a commercial joint, which I don't have, but try to work on getting one, like a little trailer too.
I think the only way that I could cut that side lot is if I had a riding lawnmower.
I could knock that out, no problem.
Man, like if I had a riding lawnmower, please, I'd throw the headphones and ride my life away.
Because it's all open. It's all open, so.
Now, Mama does have a dog, but it's a little ankle biter. He's a good dog.
I know about the little dog.
Yeah, he's a good dog.
Same dog.
He'll bark, but he like people.
Say he'll bark at white people. That's a good dog.
No, you stupid. I said he'll bark, but he likes people.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he bark at white people.
Murray is. She named him Murray.
Yeah.
Old people gave a
hair cream.
Hair cream, right? Murray's a good dog though. He's annoying though because he gets on my nerves when I come into town.
That's when
I don't get no sleep. He's actually he'll bark when somebody's coming in the house to let people know somebody come in the house. Other than that, he's generally quiet. So he's annoying when he wants somebody to play with, and he'll never get on nobody else's nerves. But he get on my nerves when I come into town.
You know it. When you come into town,
homie? Let's check the calendar on this other.
Let's check the schedule.
Schedule. I believe we will be in town June. We'll be in town the night of June the 15th. And we will be leaving out probably the night of June the 16th.
That's cool. That's in 2 weeks.
I don't know if I'm going to stretch it out to the 17th.
That's 3 weeks.
1, 2, it's about 3 weeks. Yeah, we may or may not stay in town that whole weekend. I do know I want to go to Hodak's. I gotta go to Hodak's before I leave.
I've never been to Hodak's.
They got some. I hope the chicken is as good as I remember. They got some bomb chicken and barbecue sauce. I don't even like chicken barbecue sauce.
Are over there.
You stupid. But yeah, we'll be in town that weekend. All that wonderful stuff. But yeah, it's about, this the weekend. It's the 1st. June 1st is this weekend. So it's roughly about 2 weeks.
Right.
2.5.
Right.
That's about it.
Gotta go to IHOP.
Hopefully. I heard they stepped up their pancake menu, so.
I don't know about all that. You know what I get. The big steak omelet.
Hell yeah, it's typically what Regis get.
You
say who?
He's stupid. Yes, I would like a big steak omelet. What's the name? Sauce on it. All the ingredients to be very fresh. Yes. Rebecca, let's get the hell up out of Dodge.
All right, then.
How can the people reach you? I know you got your Twitter now. Rebecca's got the Twitter.
Twitter is hilarious. I never really say anything on Twitter, but I did mention a comment when Kim Kardashian called and said trying to take up for Kanye today about something he said. And I said,
Kim Kardashian.
I said
you bullshit.
I said your family is where black men go to die. And I got a lot of love off that tweet. But anyhow, I'm on Twitter, LadyQ1502, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And that's how I'm still trying to get my book finished and all of this stuff. I mean, it's finished, but they're trying to get me to rename the book, which I'm open to.
Right.
But that's about it, man.
Yes. Morlawn St. Louis, MORLAWS, LAWNS, ST Lewis, Facebook, IG. You see all my work of my company. The Overweight Lover, the letter D, OVR, WEIGHT, LVR on IG, Facebook, David Landrum, King David in the parentheses. And that's all we got for this week, y'all. And we're out of here, and enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day. I'm going to Walmart.
Stupid. With extra long fingers. You're weird.
Boost! We out here.